Hey, what's up everyone? This is Joe. Welcome to another how-to origami tutorial. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to make the origami dollar bill butterfly. Alright, so this is the first dollar bill origami tutorial I've ever made, and this is the first model that I ever learned to make, and it's honestly one of the coolest ones out there, so I thought might as well go ahead and teach you guys how to do it. So let's go ahead and get started. I would also like to add that this is a rather difficult tutorial, so if you're struggling with something, you might have to try it a few times, pause, rewind the video, watch it again. You also might have to go and do something a little bit easier to get more practice in origami before you come back to try and make this model. So we're going to start by folding the dollar bill in half both ways. So we're going to fold it lengthwise, edge to edge, and like I say in all my videos, make sure you line up the edges as best as you can before you fold. That way everything is as accurate as possible. Also use your fingernail or another relatively hard object to press lightly on the crease as you go to make it as strong as possible. Alright, so now we're going to fold it widthwise. Just like that. Okay, and unfold. Now we're going to fold in diagonals. So to do this, we're going to make a fold that runs through the center point. So we're going to fold this down at an angle, and we're going to make sure that these creases line up horizontally and that the fold runs through that center point where the lines cross. Alright, now the other diagonal. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this into a kind of dollar bill form of a water bomb base. So I'm going to turn this crease into a mountain fold. So once you finish folding this crease into a mountain fold, what you want to do is press down in the center, and this is going to form a kind of water bomb base for origami dollar bills. So once you've pressed down the center, it should kind of pop into place like this, and then you can take these sides like this and draw them inwards and down. Alright, so I'll show that real slow. Draw it inwards and down, and once this gets vertical, you can just squash down like this. Alright, I'll show that one more time from a slightly different perspective. You're just going to pinch these sides inwards like so, and then squash down. Alright, now line up your edges and finalize your creases. Alright, now we're going to fold one layer from the right over, just like this, and flip it over and do the same thing, fold one layer over from the right. Alright, our result should be this house shape with kind of legs at the bottom. Now what we need to do is we need to fold in these edges to the center crease. So for example, we're going to take this side and fold it in to this vertical center crease. Like that, and fold. Same thing on this side, and it's only the first layer for both of these. Alright, just like that. Okay, now we're going to fold this top point down to where this V is kind of formed. So there should be a fold, a crease line running from here to here. Alright, and unfold that, and unfold these as well. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take these folds that we made and we're going to tuck them underneath here. So we're going to lift this flap and push in on the sides. Then pinch with your finger, I'll try and show this from this angle, so that the edge here, this edge runs along the center crease underneath. Alright, it should fold like this. And when you do it on the other side, you should get this little triangular tab, this little flap like that. Alright, so I'll show that one more time. You're going to lift this up, fold it in, pinch, and do the same thing on this side, fold it in, and pinch it down so that it forms a triangle like this. Alright, now what we want to do is we want to fold from this point, that point at the bottom of this square, and we want to fold all the way down to this edge right here, or this corner right here. Same thing on the other side. Okay, next what we're going to do is we're going to form the wings. So to do this, we're going to open this flap. So this right here is going to be the right wing, this side right here. What we're going to do is I'm going to use my left hand to hold the square down, and I'm going to open this with my right hand and rotate it upwards. So you want to rotate this forward, and you see it becomes the wing. You want to rotate it forward until this crease right here becomes horizontal. Okay, and now this next step, if you can't get it, that's fine, but I just thought I should mention this. This flap right here can be in any position in order for this fold to work. The best position for it to be in is bisecting this edge and the center crease. So it should be halfway between, just like this, halfway between. All right, it's hard to see, but that's what we should be going for. All right, once you've gotten that, go ahead and press down and finalize your creases. All right, we're gonna do the same thing on the left side. So I'm gonna use my right hand this time to hold down the square, and then I'm gonna use my left hand to open this up and rotate it forward. Try and mimic the right wing as closely as possible. Alright, once they're identical, go ahead and finalize the creases on this side. And now you see we have a very distinct butterfly shape. So what we want to do at this point is now get this triangular flap out from underneath here. So you're going to have to lift this bottom part of the wings up and then fold this triangle part down like that. Okay, and then we're going to flip it over and we're going to fold this top layer, the point, upwards. Alright, and that's basically moving the square from one side to the other. Alright, go ahead and crease that well. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to shift this square upwards. So to do that, you should be able to take this entire layer, alright, this entire layer, and scoot it up like that. Try and keep the center crease aligned vertically as best you can, but scoot it up until an equal amount is sticking up as is sticking down. So probably right about here. See, there's about as much triangle pointing off the bottom as there is triangle pointing out the top. Alright, once you've done that, go ahead and crease there. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to fold the bodies. So the body, we need to narrow the body a little bit down at the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this edge and fold it towards the center crease. And I'm going to show you what this does. It's kind of complicated, but as we fold this in, actually I'm going to zoom in real quick. Alright, as we fold this edge into the center crease, you'll see that this pocket right here forms and starts to fold over. So this right here will start to fold this way, and this here will start to form a pocket. This right here. Okay, so we're going to fold this edge to that center crease. Like that. Okay, and you'll see this is being folded up and this pocket is forming, and you want to squash that all down. Okay, just like that. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side, mimicking this as much as possible. Okay. Alright, so now it should look like this, which is fairly realistic looking for our standards here. Now we want to shape the front a little bit, and this just means we're going to take that sharp looking corner and we're just going to kind of pinch and roll that backwards. Just a little tiny fold down. Alright, that looks great. Alright, so now we're going to start shaping the wings. So to do this, I'm going to start to do small folds along the corners or points that shouldn't be here. So for example, this, I don't really want there to be a point here, so I'm just going to take a little piece of that and fold it backwards. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side, mimicking as close as possible so my butterfly is symmetrical. Alright, we're going to do that for this point as well. Okay, now we're going to flip it over, and you'll remember these center creases, these kind of horizontal lines going across the wing right here. We want to make a mountain fold along those. This should only grab the first layer, really. It's a small fold, so we're going to grab that, and then we're going to make a small valley fold just underneath it. So basically, I'm taking this valley fold, or this mountain fold, and just pinching it back like that. Alright, kind of look like that. Do the same thing on this side. Alright, So now we're going to flip it over one more time, and we're basically going to take this little area right here in this corner we just made, and I'm going to fold it back a little bit and squash down. It's kind of hard to see, so I'll show it one more time, but we're basically going to fold this little piece back and then squash from the top. Okay, and I'll show you what that looks like. So that basically separates the edges on the front and the back of the wing. Alright, we're going to do the same thing over here. Alright, and now we're going to do some of the final just shaping of the entire butterfly. So what we're going to do is we're going to round out the body a little bit. So I'm just going to flex around the body like this to make it have a more cylindrical appearance. Okay, so you want to pinch pretty hard because you got to get through all of the layers. Alright, once you've kind of rounded it out a decent amount like this, see how there's a shape there? Once you've rounded it out, go ahead and do a much more sharper bend to get the wings to go back up. Alright, and you'll see we kind of get this kind of shape. Alright, now lastly, you can choose how you want to do this, but I like to kind of shape my wings by pinching towards the corner like this a little bit. Start kind of giving it a little bit of a contour around the different edges. So we're just going to keep going around and contouring the wing. This is all artistic detail at this point, so you can make it look however you want, whatever you think will look the best. Alright, and I think this looks pretty good. So this is the Origami dollar bill butterfly. It's a pretty advanced tutorial, but I tried to present it in the best way I could. If you have any suggestions or tips, please let me know in the comments. If you did it successfully, I'd love to hear that as well. I appreciate everything you guys have to say, as long as they're constructive comments. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Also, you can follow me at any of the social media links down in the bottom corner. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.